You wake up some mornings and the weight isn't depression, it's something worse. It's the ghost of every version of yourself you killed to become this one. The partner you didn't choose, the city you didn't move to, the risk you didn't take when your hands were still steady and your heart still believed in something beyond survival. You're not mourning a person. You're mourning the life your other self is living in a world you'll never touch. And here's what nobody tells you, that grief is more real than the life you're actually living. You go through the motions, the coffee, the commute, the smile you've practiced in the mirror until it looks almost human. But underneath it all, there's this low hum of betrayal. You betrayed the person you were supposed to become. And the worst part? You don't even remember making the choice. It wasn't one dramatic moment. It was 1,000 small surrenders. A Tuesday when you said, maybe next year. A Friday when you chose safe over sorry. A decade of tiny deaths you didn't even notice until you looked up and realized you're living in a tomb you built with your own cowardice. The unlived life doesn't stay buried. It haunts you in the space between what you say and what you mean. It shows up when you're scrolling at midnight, watching strangers live out loud while you've been whispering for so long, you've forgotten what your real voice sounds like. It appears in the split second before you answer, I'm fine, that microsecond where the truth almost gets out, where you almost admit that you're not fine, you're performing fine, and the performance is eating you alive. You feel it most acutely in moments of supposed happiness, at the dinner table with people who love the version of you that you've agreed to be, in bed next to someone who knows your body but has never met the person screaming inside it. The unlived life doesn't interrupt your tragedies. It interrupts your supposed victories, whispering that this isn't what you wanted. This is just what you accepted when you stopped believing you deserved to want anything at all. And the cruelty is that you can see it, that other life. It's not vague. You know exactly what it looks like. The apartment with better light. The work that exhausts you in a way that feels like purpose instead of erosion. The conversations that don't require translation. You can see it so clearly that sometimes you forget which life is real, the one you're living or the one that's living you from the inside out. But here's the truth underneath the truth. That other life would have had its own ghosts. The path you didn't take wasn't heaven. It was just a different arrangement of the same human suffering. You imagine the life where you took the risk, but you don't imagine the 3 a.m. panic attacks that would have come with it. You fantasize about the person you didn't end up with, but you edit out the ways they would have disappointed you, the specific ways their damage would have intersected with yours to create new and exciting forms of pain. The unlived life is perfect, because it never had to survive contact with reality. It never had to wake up with a hangover. It never had to pay taxes or sit in traffic or watch itself age in unforgiving bathroom lighting. It exists in the realm of pure potential, and potential doesn't have to prove itself. It just gets to shimmer there, forever young, forever possible, forever better than whatever you're actually doing with your one and only shot at this. So what do you do with this grief? You stop treating it like a problem to solve. You stop waiting for the day you'll finally feel okay about the choices you made. That day isn't coming. The grief of the unlived life isn't something you heal from. It's something you learn to carry. It's the price of being conscious enough to imagine alternatives. It's the cost of being human in a universe that gives you infinite desires and exactly one body, one timeline, one unrepeatable sequence of moments that end whether you spent them well or not. You learn to sit with the ghost. You acknowledge that yes, there were other versions of you, and yes, they're dead, and yes, you killed them by choosing this. And maybe that's not a tragedy. Maybe that's just what choosing means. Every yes is 1,000 no's you'll never get back. Every path taken is every other path not taken. You don't get multiple lives, you get this one, and it's half-lived, and it's compromised, and it's haunted, and it's yours. The peace doesn't come from convincing yourself you made the right choices. It comes from accepting that there were no right choices, just choices and consequences, and the brutal fact that you have to live with what you've done and what you haven't done until you don't have to live with anything at all. The grief doesn't go away. You just get tired of fighting it. And in that exhaustion, finally, there's something like rest.